2024 brought new ships and new experiences to cruise travelers. Now in 2025, there are big changes that will shake up the way you cruise. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, we can't really talk about cruise travel trends in 2025 without taking a little look back at 2024. In 2024, it's expected that almost 36 million people will have sailed on cruises, an increase from almost 32 million in 2023. The cruise industry is one of the fastest growing sectors in tourism, attracting many that are new to cruise over the last couple of years. Now in 2025, it's expected that over 37 million people will have sailed. Now there are quite a few factors that affect what we'll see in cruising in 2025, including travel trends and passenger behavior, wants, and needs. Now in this video, I'll share the top cruise travel trends that we expect to see in 2025 and in some cases beyond. However, based on our own cruise experiences and those at industry events, as well as conversations that I've had with other cruisers in this cruise community, I'll also share my own thoughts and predictions as well. Close to home cruising. Now, according to cruise industry news, cruise lines are positioning their cruise ships close to their biggest market, which is the United States. And we've even seen Norwegian Cruise Line recently announce that they are beginning to cruise from a new home port, Philadelphia, starting in 2026. Now, something really interesting about the cruise industry and about cruises is that cruise ships can actually move. They can do different itineraries, they can go to different destinations. So even if it's projected that they are going to do certain itineraries in 2026 or likely 2027, if for some reason they decide that they want to keep their cruise ships either close to home or a certain destination becomes very popular and they want to move their cruise ships there, they are able to do that. And for many people, being able to cruise from a location where they can either drive or it is a relatively short plane ride away, this is something that right now for many people is a little bit easier. At the same time, flights tend to be a little bit pricey, so this is an advantage as well. Number 2, coolcations. Now, I thought this one was a pretty cool travel trend. According to The Street, many cruise travelers are seeking out those cooler destinations rather than the typical beach escape. So this includes destinations like Antarctica and cooler destinations like Northern Europe. So for instance, Norway, and of course, Alaska. Now, Alaska has been a popular cruise destination for years, but we're now at a point that we're seeing cruise lines expand in Alaska, and cruise lines that we've never seen in Alaska actually plan sailings there. That includes Virgin Voyages and MSC that are starting to sail in Alaska starting in April 2026, which I think is a positive because it just means more choices in Alaska for cruisers. Number 3, travel insurance is trending. Who knew? According to Yahoo Finance, more cruise travelers are getting smarter, more savvy, and maybe even a little bit more cautious, as 78% of them plan to purchase travel insurance for their upcoming cruises, in contrast to 38% just last year. Now, perhaps this is due to some of the either news coverage or even social media coverage, but people say their biggest concerns are illness, injury, medical evacuation, and trip cancellation. Number 4, elevated cruise experiences. Now, we definitely have seen a trend going towards this the last few years. Now, I do have 2 parts to this one. So the first part is culinary and food experiences. Now, we've had specialty dining on cruises for years, and we definitely have seen more specialty dining being brought into new cruise ships. Now, beyond this, we're also seeing real food experiences that almost become entertainment in themselves. And personally, I think that we are going to see more of this in 2025 and beyond. But what I'm talking about, for instance, is on Princess Cruises, they have the 360 experience. That is an incredible experience. You also have now Love by Brito. And on Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas, you have Royal Railway Utopia Station. This is very cool. This is a 5-course meal that takes place within a rail car that makes you feel like you're living in the Wild West. Now, the second part is all-inclusive packages. And while cruising is not all-inclusive, we are seeing a trend with many cruise lines that are giving an all-inclusive or almost all-inclusive option where people can bundle things like beverage packages, things like tips, shore excursions, some specialty dining to be able to have those experiences at a better price and value. And beyond the price itself, it seems to be for many cruisers about elevating that cruise experience. The ship within a ship concept. Now, I know this is not new, but this is definitely something that we are starting to see more of, not only seeing more of it on some new cruise ships, but we're also starting to see more promotion of this. Now, for those that are wondering, what is a ship within a ship concept? Well, basically it is those popular cruise lines, those big cruise lines that on part of the ship, they do have an exclusive area with a little bit of an upgraded experience that is more all-inclusive. Now, of course, we have Norwegian Cruise Line with NCL Haven. We also have MSC Yacht Club. And as some of you might know, we actually tried MSC Yacht Club just a few months ago. We thought it was an absolutely fabulous experience. And of course, MSC is really promoting that. We have Celebrity on their newer cruise ships where they do have that retreat area that is more of an exclusive area with even its own small pool. And most recently, Sun Princess. Now, it didn't start off this way, but as Sun Princess began sailing its Caribbean itinerary, it did introduce the Sanctuary Collection. Now, the Sanctuary Collection is a ship within a ship concept in that it does have an exclusive area, so basically a pool as well as a dining room that is exclusive to those that are in the Sanctuary Collection. It does also have some additional amenities and benefits. And while the ship within a ship concept does cost more than your average balcony cabin or even your mini suite, the fact is, it is less expensive than luxury cruising, and people do still get all of those great benefits and amenities that you get on that big cruise ship, including the entertainment. Now, after having an opportunity to give that a try, both on Sun Princess and on MSC Seascape, I definitely have some thoughts on that, but I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know yes or no for the ship within a ship concept. Please let me know down in the comments below. All right, moving on to luxury cruising. And yes, the luxury market is actually growing faster than any other segment of the cruise industry. And new builds for Viking, for Explorer, and for Windstar are driving that growth. Mega cruise ships are not going away. So yes, cruise ships continue to get bigger. I know there are a lot of people that would still love to see smaller ships. So we'll have to talk about that perhaps another time, because for 2025, the ships that are coming out continue to be the largest cruise ships for each of the different cruise lines. Now we have Norwegian Cruise Line that is coming out with both Aqua in 2025 and Luna in 2026. MSC's World America will be debuting in April 2025. We'll soon see Royal Caribbean's sister ship to the Icon of the Seas, the Star of the Seas. Now we'll also see Star Princess, which is a sister ship to Sun Princess, Princess Cruises Sphere Class, their biggest cruise ships yet. And we have Celebrity XL. Private island resorts. According to Business Insider, all the cruise lines combined own a total of 17 cruise ports and private destinations in the Caribbean. Now, this includes those that are under development. Now, this is something pretty major for all the cruise lines, because now they are not only in the cruise ship business, but they are in the land destination business as well. Now, we've had quite a few cruise lines that have announced their new private island destinations, as well as enhancements that have been announced. And this is going to be a major change for cruising. Now, Royal Caribbean, of course, has Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and they continue to develop that private island, including the most recent adult-only Hideaway Beach. Now, we also have Celebrity Cruises, who within the last year began sailing to Royal Caribbean's private island as well. Now, in development for Royal Caribbean is the new Royal Beach Club in Nassau and the new Perfect Day Mexico. MSC Cruises has Ocean Cay, and they continue to develop that private island. Now, when it comes to Carnival, they have the new Celebration Key, which is now under development. And just recently, we heard that Carnival and Holland America's Half Moon Key is going to have enhancements. Now, this includes renaming the private island to Relaxaway Half Moon Cay and adding a new pier on the north side. So you're still going to have the south side that is that quieter area, and you're also going to have the north side that is now going to have a pier, and that's going to allow Carnival's bigger ships, the XL class, to be able to dock there. Norwegian Cruise Line's Great Stirrup Cay is also getting some enhancements. Now that's going to start off with a new pier, because a lot of these different private islands in the Bahamas, they didn't have a pier for the cruise ships to be able to get right up to those islands. And sometimes what happened is if the weather was a little bit rough and the seas were rough, they couldn't get in there. So this is going to be really quite an improvement. So Norwegian Cruise Line is building a new pier that's going to be able to accommodate 2 cruise ships. And they say there are some additional enhancements that are coming as well. Unfortunately, I don't know what they are yet, but when we do hear, I'll definitely let you know. Now, you might be wondering, why are cruise lines doubling down on these private islands in the Caribbean in particular? So firstly, they are pretty close to home. So for cruise ships that are sailing, from Miami or other areas in Florida, or even sometimes the East Coast, these destinations that are within the Bahamas and in the Caribbean are a pretty short trip from those areas, which means less fuel has to be used, which of course is cost effective, and it is also better for the environment. Cruisers also really love the experiences. So cruisers who are going on a Caribbean cruise like beach experiences, which includes the quality of the experiences as well as the safety. And despite how a lot is included on private islands, including the use of lounge chairs down at the beach, and even oftentimes an included lunch, there are a lot of things that cruisers will still buy and pay for. Now that includes activities and excursions, as well as rentals of things like cabanas, beach floaties, and snorkel gear. Number 8. Short cruises. Now, I don't think anybody could have predicted this even just a few years ago, because it used to be that those shorter sailings, those 3 and 4 day sailings, those were on older and even crappier cruise ships, but not anymore. Things have really changed, including Royal Caribbean with the new Utopia of the Seas that is doing like 4 day sailings and 3 day sailings on a brand new, pretty amazing cruise ship. And you have other cruise lines, of course, that are doing short sailings as well, including Celebrity, which is a premium cruise line, but they're still banking on the fact that people want those shorter vacations, and they still want both the cruise ship and even that fun beach vacation experience. Now, I have to tell you, I'm not usually drawn to those shorter cruises, because either I would have to fly or I'd have to have a pretty long drive, especially if I was leaving out of Florida. But I am curious about those shorter sailings, so it is something that I think I am going to try in the new year. Please let me know if you have tried any of those shorter cruises and what you think down in the comments below. Work and cruise travel balance. Now, with the rise of remote workers, people want to be able to see the world, visit places, while also being able to earn a living and really have that balance in their lives. And while this is not for everybody, this is definitely a trend that we are seeing. And we're seeing this start to be implemented just a little bit on cruise lines. Now, one of the ways is the fact that pretty much all cruise lines have started to improve their Wi-Fi. But specifically, something that we saw this past year is Virgin Voyages that launched their work from home summer pass. Now, this was really innovative, really interesting, but this basically was a month long that people could book on a cruise. And during that cruise, of course, they'd have the opportunity to travel and to visit places, but as well included in their package was premium Wi-Fi, a wash and fold laundry service, and extra amenities like specialty coffee. Value. So yes, in 2025, despite the fact that people are looking for really great vacation experiences and food experiences, and even some people for luxury cruising, people that are looking at those warm weather destinations are often also looking for value. Now, this includes looking for those wave season discounts and deals. Now, wave season typically occurs between January and March, when most of the time that's going to be when the best discounts and offers are there from the cruise lines. Now, please let me know if you'd like to see a video all about cruise deals and how to save money and how to find them. If this is something that you'd be interested in, please do let me know. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know what you think of these cruise trends. And if you have any other predictions that we didn't talk about, please let me know down in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now and happy cruising.